So now we've had a chance to review how slope and y-intercept interact to show us the appearance of a line. We've also seen that only one line can pass through any two given points. And with that in mind, we're going to try our example for today, which is given 2 points on a graph, what is the equation of that graph? Now, it's 2 points. There's going to be one line that travels through those 2 points. Our goal is to find the equation of that line. Now, one way that you might want to get started if your data is organized in a table like this is just to write those values as ordered pairs, x comma y. You don't have to do this, but if it helps you think through it a little better, go right ahead. If you wanted, you could also plot those points on a coordinate grid. All right. Now, we do have a couple of tools that we're going to use to help us through this process. One we're familiar with, it's just our slope-intercept form. Okay. And the second formula that we have, you're also familiar with. It's our slope formula. All right. So we're going to use these 2 formulas to help us come up with the equation of the line that goes through these 2 points. And to guide us through that, I have a series of steps that we'll just talk through together now. The first one, step 1, is just to label each ordered pair. All right, so if we have our ordered pairs up here, we know they're x and y, but there are 2 of them. So I'm going to label this one x1, y1. Okay, so my x1 value is -4, my y1 value is 4. I'll label this one x2, y2. Okay. Now, before you ask, let me answer it. Does not matter which one is x1, which one is x2, as long as the 1s are together and the 2s are together. You can switch those around if you want. But our second step is going to be to use those points now in the slope formula, and notice how it has those x1, x2, y1, y2 values in it. So now I can just go in, plug these values in, and calculate out the slope. So with our values plugged in and keeping careful account for those negatives and subtraction signs together, we can simplify this. And we end up with -9 for +6, -3 over 2 is our slope. Okay, so we're halfway there now, because what we could do is we could rewrite this slope-intercept form and plug in our value for slope. But we still need to know one piece of information here. We still need to know, what is this value b? Okay? The way we're going to find that is to go back up to our original points and just pick one. Doesn't matter which one. You can pick either one. Okay, but step number 3 says substitute the value for m and either one of our xy pairs into y equals mx plus b. Okay, b is what we don't know. So we're going to solve for b. I'll just use this point since it's the first one up there. Okay, x is -4 here. So I'm going to plug in -4 for x. Y is +4. So I'll plug in +4 for y. I'm just going to rewrite that equation and then solve it for b. 4 equals -3/2 times -4 plus b. All right, well, let's see. -4 divided by 2 is -2 times -3. That means this is 6. Plus b, and we have a 4 over there. I'll subtract the 6, and I find out that b is equal to -2. All right, well, at that point, I've got it. I've got everything I need. I've got my slope value here. I've got my b value here. Step number 4, write the final equation using the values for m and b. So I now have y equals m, which is -3/2 x plus -2, but I'll just write that as -2. And that is the equation of the line that goes through our original points. Okay, what you'll find if you want to check your answer is that you could plug in -4 for x, and you will get +4 out as a result. If you plug in 2 for x, you'll get -5 out as a result. That's a way of double checking your answer to make sure it's right. I think we're good to go in this case. So the next example is for you to work through.